Hey guys, GoForce Online here to bring you another one of my trash builds. Now this is my sorcerer that I use for open world gameplay. So not a very complicated build at all. This is just a build I use to run around and do quests, or if I need to farm certain sets in the open world. This is definitely my go-to. So basically build for simplicity, bit of durability there as well, but just running solo play. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, so I've got the Apprentice, which increases my spell damage there, and I've got about 40k max Magicka there, which is really nice. So I've got all my points put into Magicka, just because I don't do a lot of resource management, so just having a big Magicka pool to pull from, and if I run out, then like a recovery really isn't that good. So very short duration in combat. I've got about 4,400 spell damage there. Now this is buffed with Mage Brutality. I'll show you guys that one a little bit later. And I've got a spell resistance and physical resistance about 18k. So it's fairly high, but that's because I'm using heavy armor. So a bit of durability there. High Magicka pool, high spell damage, but no extra buffs really applied to these stats. Alright, so let's take a look at the inventory. So first one uses Molokina, just one piece that increases my spell damage by 129. So usually I run this one and then another set that boosts spell damage on the shoulders as well. But since I'm on the PTS, I think I use the mythic items. So I'll use Malakath's Band, which increases my damage done by 25%, but I can't do critical damage. Now, if you like to take a look, my crit is really not high at 19%, so the odds of me doing crit damage is fairly low. Alright, so the first set I'm using is Rattle Cage. So it gives me some spell damage there, so 171 for 5 pieces, and I also gain Major Sorcery at all times, which increases my spell damage. Now this is a buff that is very easily given to a group, especially in group play. You can very easily give it to yourself. There's a lot of skills that do it, and potions do it as well. The reason I use this set is because it's heavy armor, so it increases my durability by a little bit. And if I'm running around, I don't constantly have to worry about having to increase or put on my buffs, increase my spell damage. It's already there, it's ready to go. I can just pump out the damage I need to and then move on. So again, very short combat, not very intense combat either. Alright, the second set that I'm using is Necropotence. So while I have a pet active, my max Magicka is increased by 3,132. So it only applies to the first pet you have, so if you have multiple pets active, you still just get the one buff. But the main reason I use this is just to increase my Magicka pool there. Usually I don't have the option to really spec out because I'm just putting the build together fairly quickly, so this extra 3,000 Magicka definitely comes in handy. Alright, I've got two Nirnho Inferno Staffs here. So Inferno Staffs do instant damage instead of damage over time, and increases that instant damage by a percentage as well. Alright, taking a look at these skills. So first one I use is Force Pulse from the weapon skill line. So it does 3,700 flame, frost and shock damage there as well. And also two nearby enemies take 12,000 Magicka damage. So it is really nice skill if you've just got small groups, which you usually are. So you could just hit 3 targets and then once or twice spamming this, then move on to the next target. Alright, the next one is Unstable Wall of Fire. So this one depends on the staff you're using, but since the Inferno staff, it's Wall of Fire. So it's an AoE damage ability, but also if you spam this ability, it deals 9,000 flame damage there as well. So if you're not really keeping count of how long your abilities have been active, so you're not counting those as 10 seconds to make sure you get the optimum time. So if you activate it early, you get the explosion, but if the ability runs its course, you also get that explosion. So it's a kind of set and forget skill. So activate it, move on. Third one here is Crystal Fragments. So it deals 13k magic damage and some cost reduction there as well. And if I activate a Magicka ability, there's a 35% chance that it becomes an instant cast and deals 66% more damage. So you'll get this skill will turn red, and then you'll know when to activate it. So it's an instant cast. It's very painful if you have to hard cast it and have that bit of cast time there. Alright, next one is Summon Volatile Familiar. So this is one of the pets for the Sorcerer. So it deals some shock damage there. You can also activate its ability, which deals some AoE shock damage in the area as well. The reason that I'm running 2 pets here is just that's extra targets. So if I'm running through a place, instead of all the enemies just running onto me, they can run to the pets, and I can run away if I really want to, if I just want to clear really quickly. Also having extra targets there reduces the damage that I take because I don't have a group. Alright, the next one here is the Twilight Matriarch. Deals some shock damage there, and also activating its skill, it heals me and 2 friendly targets for 13k health. So very nice heal there to have, and also the pet reduces the damage that I take for different targets. And the ultimate I used is the Charge Atronach. So this one comes down dealing 12k shock damage and stuns the enemies for 3 seconds, and then it attacks the closest enemy there for 5k shock damage, and also deals 12k shock damage for enemies in the area. So very nice opening in ultimate if you have a group of enemies together or you have a big boss to fight. Activating this skill increases that damage output that you do. Now for the back bar. So first one I have here is Lightning Flood, which deals shock damage in the area every 1 second for 10 seconds. So just the AoE skill just to increase my damage output by a little bit, especially in a boss fight. Second one here is Hurricane. I use the Stamina Morph just so I don't drain my Magicka as much. The main reason I use this is for that major resolve and ward, which increases my spell resistance and physical resistance. So before I go into combat with the boss, I activate this, just have extra bit of resistance and make me a bit harder to kill. Third one here is Haunting Curse. So activating the curse, it deals 16.5k magic damage to the target and 7k magic damage to other targets nearby after 3.5 seconds. And the curse continues and explodes again for the same amount after 8.5 seconds. So this is very nice to get boss's health down, so activating this at 3.5 and 8.5 seconds. Usually boss fights do take about 10 seconds, not a lot of mechanics or major health involved if you want to do that, unless you're going for the big boys in the overland areas. Alright, and then just my pets again. Only have them here because if I swap between my back bar and front bar, I don't want to destroy them and recast them every time. And then just the Charge Atronach here as well. So you can put a different ultimate ability here, depends on what you want to do. I just didn't want to put anything else there. I like the Atronach quite a lot, so having this one here definitely helps. Alright, so basically just a simple build, clear through content, activating AoEs, having that curse, activating your pet skill as well, and then just spamming skills pretty much. Dropping down that ultimate there. Alright, that's it. Sorry guys, I'm going to jump off here, otherwise my pets are just going to keep going all day. Alright, thanks for listening guys. If you like the content I'm putting out, please hit that like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for builds that I need to do in the future, please let me know in the comments down below. Take care and be safe. Bye.